Hello everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? Today's topic is on the mentally ill and homelessness. And so, I'm bringing this topic up because I've been watching a YouTube series, videos uploaded by a content creator. His name is Mark. And the series is called Soft White Underbelly. And so what he's done over the last, I believe, decade is he has his studio on Skid Row in Los Angeles, California. And so he brings people that are living on Skid Row back to his makeshift studio and interviews them. So if you have time, go check out his videos. It is really, not only it gives you some enlightenment into what is happening in not only America, but we're talking about America and the homelessness, drug addiction, and abuse. He shines a light on that and in talking to the people who live on Skid Row. So these people live in tents, they live on the street, they sleep on the street. And one thing that I found through watching his videos, what's common among these people who come from all over the United States, and some people even come from other parts of the world and end up on Skid Row. Most of them are drug addicted. Most of them have mental illness. Some of them have a history of mental illness. And many of them, especially the women, have a history of sexual abuse, which has led to them being displaced from their birth families and maybe ended up in the system and then or running away from home and then ending up prostituting. And so, and also the people who are mentally ill, who have various mental illnesses, will end up on Skid Row or, homeless in every part of America. Many of them are poor, obviously. Some come from families that may have money, but they're disconnected from their families. Sometimes a person has mental illness, especially schizophrenia. It will make you feel like you can't trust anybody, so they may run away from their families. But what Mark has done with his videos and in interviewing people who live on Skid Row is really showing, that almost anybody can end up down there. Anybody can end up homeless and in a situation, especially if you have depression or anxiety or some other mental illness, that you can end up in that situation. Drug addiction is a whole nother subject, right? Many of them are on really difficult drugs to kick: heroin, meth, cocaine, crack, all types of opiates. And so they find themselves in this situation that they can't get out of. There are many resources down in that area, not many, but some, that Mark, in talking about his videos, have sent people to get help, and there are some successful stories. So what can we do as people who want to help other people? I think one thing we can have is empathy for people who live on Skid Row or places like that, and have some sense of humanity about who they are. Human beings. They are people who deserve love, deserve feeling worthwhile, and they deserve our help. That's another thing, offering people resources. Not saying that you have to go down there and give people on Skid Row your last nickel, but offer resources. Can I tell you where a local church is? And you could do this in your own community. Donate to a church or organization that are helping people with mental illness, or who are homeless or whatever, helping other people. You don't have to physically do it, but can you contribute to helping people? And educating yourself about mental illness. Educating yourself. I just did a video on your knowledge of mental illness or your knowledge of psychology. And so I think that that's helpful to understand why somebody would make the decision to live on the street rather than maybe go into a shelter, and how that is related to their mental illness, or a fear of going into the hospital, a fear of going into a rehab. All of those things are reasons why people end up on the street, and why, people and women and men end up in prostitution. But I would just like to go and check out Soft White Underbelly. It really will give you an eye-opening experience or knowledge about people who are living on the street, living drug addicted, and just trying to survive, and what is really happening in when you're in that type of situation. So thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with anyone you think would be interested in this topic or any of the topics that I've uploaded. And have a great day, and be empathetic towards your fellow human being. Thank you.